Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oxymoron Gaming. I am Tok, and today I bring you a Tok tip. This Tok tip is for GTA Online. More specifically, it is for GTA Online's Heists and the Pacific Standard Heist Finale. This is not a glitch, it's just something that's programmed into the game, and we are using that to our advantage. So, without further ado, and I know I'm talking over Lester here, but that's because Lester is an annoying little prick. So, this is what you will need to do this heist properly. You will need the Armored Kuruma. This is the car that you use in the very first heist in GTA Online. It's a fantastic little vehicle. It's not as quick as some of the other cars out there, I will give it that, but this thing will stop you getting owned. You will also probably need, but not 100% needed, is the heavy utility vests. You can buy these from any of the clothing stores. You just go up to the main desk, go to Heist Clothing, and it's there as heavy utility vests. There are 4 of them. They come in 4 different colors. One of them has these really horrible sunglasses. It's just terrible, but just pick whichever one you want if you want it. This will soak up more bullets. You will lose less armor and health over time, meaning that this heist, which you will be shot at a lot, is going to be easier. The last thing, and this is the second most important thing after having the Armored Kuruma, is the Los Lagunas Boulevard apartment number 4. This apartment will cost you 126 grand. Now, it's not a 10-car garage. It's only a 6-car garage, but you only need to ever put 1 car in there. You only will need 1 car in there. So this is me. I'm racing away towards the bank on my Akuma motorcycle, which I've had since day 1 because I fucking love this bike. And in a minute you'll see the reason why. If you've ever been on my own YouTube, you will realize this is, there we go. This is GTA with fools, everybody. These guys, we play quite a lot, couple of nights a week at least. We pretty much go through heists and stuff and play around just trying to kill each other. So yeah, I get completely and utterly wiped out by Kip there. And this is me just taking a picture of the blood splatter. Now on Kip's screen, there was actually blood splatter up on the wall from where it had sprayed, but I couldn't see it on mine, which is a common thing with GTA. You know, sometimes it looks terrible from one person's point of view, but then doesn't from another's. Digressing from the point. Yeah, so you will need the Armored Kuruma, the heavy utility suit, the Los Lagunas Boulevard Apartment 4, which will cost you 126k and is a 6-car garage, which, to be fair, you can have 3 properties in this game. So you need 1 high-end apartment, maybe 2 high-end apartments. I don't know what you guys want to do. I've got a high-end apartment, a 10-car garage, and the Los Lagunas Boulevard Apartment 4. My high end is actually Del Piero, because I think at the time it was the cheapest one. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But anyway, so this is the bank. Now everybody in the bank has set roles. One thing you will want to do is, typically, the hacker and the demolition will both pick up the money. You don't want that to happen. You want the demolition or the hacker. In this case, it's our hacker, because Kip always does the hacking because he's the quickest at it. He's been doing it. We must have run this heist half a dozen times at least in the last couple of weeks, and it's always the same. Kip always does the hacking because he's good at it, okay? We're actually doing this time with somebody we've never done it with. So Clayton is joined me, Ben and Kip on this one, as Deck at work very early in the morning, and we usually play quite late at night because that's what we do. So, little tip here, when you are doing the crowd control, as soon as the demolition has gone through that first gate, one of you needs to go behind and keep an eye on the tellers. Otherwise, your intimidation bar will drop very, very rapidly. The guy in front, in this case me, needs to just walk around, and as the intimidation bar keeps dropping, you just pop a couple of rounds near the hostages. It's very important that you don't overdo the trigger here. Me and Ben are the crowd control kings. We've been doing this for a very long time. Together, we are the perfect crowd control team. We will always know who's going behind. Also, a good side note is make sure while you are doing this heist or any other heist that you are completely and utterly talking to whoever else is doing the heist with you. There is no point not using your microphone. Don't be afraid, people. I've been on there with French people, German people, Italian people, Canadian people, American people. Everybody wants the same outcome. Everybody wants to pass the heist, the setup, whatever. So just talk to these people, yeah? They're not your enemy. They're your friends. They're your colleagues. They're your co-workers. Right, you guys will know that you have plenty of time in the bank, but it's very important that you don't either tip over the intimidation meter or let it run completely out. If you do, noose will be called, and that will make the entire thing so much more difficult. So here I am, I'm walking around, just putting a couple of shots out. This is my special carbine, by the way, which is also a weapon which I've had since day one, and is my favourite weapon. Although I am trying to use the machine gun a little bit more, because it's slightly more powerful. So at this point, I'm actually keeping an eye on the radar and shouting out to Ben, who's behind the desk, to keep an eye on the steps. When I see a red blip appear, people will run down the steps. This is what I mean, people. Communication is key. Constantly talking to whoever. Now, you see, Clayton, who is a demo, has now come back upstairs and is stood on the stairs keeping an eye out. That way, Ben hasn't got to worry about the other guys over there. So I'm just walking around, making sure I'm putting off a couple of shots here and there. Make sure these people know that we mean business. Okay? This is a top tip, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what they say about a top tip? Just the tip. Okay? So, I can't help it. I had to say that. Fat Boy will kill me if I don't mention it. I couldn't figure a way to actually work it into the entire monologue, so here we go. There's going to be plenty of time for me to talk while there's nothing going on in a moment, but I'll tell you about that in a bit. So this is what you're doing. Once, obviously, you can see we're playing this one on hard. You don't have to play it on hard. If you're a little bit worried, don't play it on hard. Play it on normal. You still get 1 million. You should walk away with probably, 800,000-900,000. Piece of piss. That's a good tip, guys. When you are wearing these heavy utility suits, make sure that if you need to move quickly, you jump. Obviously, you cannot shoot at the same time. These things are good for soaking up the bullets, but not so good for actually, allowing you to move. They do slow your movement down a little bit, which I would rather be able to take more bullets and move pretty quick. The reason Kip is not wearing one is because he's the money carrier. Yeah, he's got the whole 1.25 mil on him. So what we've done here is we've talked about this previously. We know which direction we're going in. Ben's taking right, Clayton's taking the middle, and I'm going left. So take out these cop cars with whatever you've got. If you've got the homing launcher, which anybody should be able to pick up, use the homing launcher. If you're high enough level and you've got the RPG, use the goddamn RPG. It's quicker and more accurate if you are good at aiming. At this point, what you want to do is the gunners, they need to be moving constantly. Watch your radar. Your radar is what you need to keep an eye on, because you will see the little red blips appear. When those red blips appear, make sure that you make those red blips disappear. So be careful when coming down this alleyway. You will lose a bit of money. There's no 100% way to do this without losing money. But this is something we've actually found out quite early with the game. If you actually... here I'm gunning down these cops just to make sure that Kip can get away. Jump over this wall right here. And then when you come into this alley, don't go into the actual alley itself. Just duck in until you get the waypoint. Then duck back out. If you need to get armor, this is the time you need to do it, but you all need to be moving as a team. So you jump over this fence. We haven't taken the helicopter out for some reason. That's pretty unusual. Usually we've taken it out by now, but there we go. There it goes. So yeah, just keep moving. There's always this cop car which will appear down here. Make sure you're speaking to one another so that doesn't happen. I mean, at that point, I think we just needed to get out of here. But this is where the magic happens, people. This is it. This is why I told you needed the Los Lagunas Boulevard apartment. This is why I told you needed the armored Kuruma. You will see very, very shortly. Now, bear in mind, at the moment, we have 1.16 mil. Here I am trying to take down the helicopter with sticky bombs, apparently, because I'm a complete and a moron, which is why I'm on this channel. Congratulations, you found Oxymoron Gaming. We love you. Please like, share, favourite, and subscribe. So here are the bikes. These bikes are shit. They are the worst fucking bikes in the game, bar fucking none. I swear to God, I don't give a damn what their special ability is. They are shit. Do not use them. What you want to do, you want to duck over this wall. Whoever has got the Los Lagunas Boulevard apartment and also got the armoured crewman in the garage, that's a very, very important fact. You need to have that car in the freaking garage. You can use it to get to the heist, because as soon as you get to the heist, your vehicles disappear anyway. So here he is. It takes a couple of tries sometimes. Sometimes you go straight in. What you need to do is just go, whoever owns the apartment is going in, needs to do invite all players. All closed players, invite them into the apartment. So you go into the apartment, you wait for everybody to spawn in, and as soon as everybody's spawned in, you turn back round. And here Kip invites us all into his garage, moves us all down into his garage. Now, usually I would say let the money carrier sit in the passenger seat and he can press A the entire journey if you're on Xbox, or X if you're on the PlayStation 3. A if you're on the PC and you're using an Xbox controller, and I don't know what key it actually is otherwise if you're using a keyboard, but why you would be using a keyboard I'm not 100% sure. So you all get in the car, make sure everybody is in the car before you leave the garage. Now you're going to leave the garage and you're going to go for a drive. You will lose a little bit of cash. If you have a major crash, which would usually hurt you, you're going to lose cash. But other than that, you're just going to pretty much go on. So this is where I break my general rule. I'm not driving, so I can have a drink. So here's to my bourbon beer. Oh, don't my partners look happy? If you are on Xbox One and you want to participate in heists and you can't find a team to do it, then please do let me know in the comments, and I'm sure I can add you to our little crew, which is slowly but surely growing every day. Obviously there is an Oxymoron crew for those of you on PC. I'm also a member of the Oxymoron crew, but I have my previous crew still as my active crew because nobody I know plays on Xbox One. This was all done on Xbox One because that's what I've got and that's what I'm playing, so there we go. So yeah, the one thing I will say about the Armoured Crewman is it is a quick little car for what it is. It is very, very bulletproof, but it is a bit ass happy. Once you start to spin out in this thing, you will just continue to spin out. No matter how good you are at driving. Kip is probably one of our better drivers. Usually Kip or Deck does most of the driving for us because me and Ben are fine in races, but you put us on something like this and we completely crap. So yeah, just keep in mind that you do still want to kind of keep away from the cops. I know you're in an armoured vehicle. The chances of them shooting you are very, very limited. But you need to keep moving. That's the main key. So Kip does quite a good job getting us to the actual place. I'm going to keep talking because quite frankly, otherwise it's just a video. Because I obviously, this being YouTube, I can't leave the radio on in the car. So I don't even have that volume set anymore. Because if I leave the volume set, then whoever wrote the song will be all pissed off that their song's getting free airplay on somebody else's YouTube or whatever. So we can't keep the volume on for the music. So this is Kip's Armoured Crewman, as you can see, because it says Kip on the back. He's got it in nice matte black. Mine isn't matte black. Mine is matte black and crew coloured because, well, everything I owned at one point was matte black, and now I'm starting to add a bit of colour to my garage. One day I will add in a video of my garage, or my garage as it was, because I've already shot the video, I just never actually made it. Another good thing to note is you do need to keep talking to one another as you're doing this. It can be very easy to become complacent. And this is what I mean by once it starts to go, it'll go. There's not a lot of play in the Kuruma. It is a fantastic car for this job, but it is a little bit finicky. That was a little bit early for the handbrake turn, which was noted on the evening of playing, which was last evening, but by the time you see this could be weeks. Main thing is, if you are going to buy the armored Kuruma, you are going to want to upgrade the brakes, because even the most upgraded brakes are shoddy as fuck. That's a nice little clip going into the tunnel. It is a fun little heist. If you aren't doing it properly and you're doing it on the bikes, it can be quite entertaining. Now, you see, I got a little bit scared on this part because Kip kind of likes to go at full pound most of the time, and these roads aren't very wide, and I usually end up falling off straight there when I'm going full pound. If you do go at full power on these roads, you will end up going straight down a cliff, and to get back up is going to take you a while. See what I mean? Now, in a little bit, you're going to see the end of this bit with the car, and I will say there are two options to do it. You can do it the way we did it, or you can try and drive down the mountain. I would not advise trying to climb down the mountain. The chances of your car getting destroyed is very slim just by driving it over the edge. It should land on its wheels, and in a rare occasion that it will land directly on its roof, it will blow up. But you've just ripped off the pack standard for 1.15 million at this point. That's a lot of money. So, 6-7 grand or whatever it is to reclaim the car from Moore's Mutual is fucking nothing. This is a point. We actually sat here for about 10 seconds and decided what we were going to do. It was, do we drive down the mountain or do we do the insane? As you can tell, Oxymoron Gaming, we like to do the crazy shit. So, we jump. Make sure everybody is ready for that, and make sure you take that jump pretty much straight on. Otherwise, somebody will end up plowing into the side of the mountain. That's not a good thing. They will die. And when you're playing on hard mode and somebody dies, it's a fucking kick in the teeth. Try and get as close to the boat as possible. I mean, at this point, we've still got 2 minutes left. It's not really a big issue for us time. We're about 30 seconds, if that, away from finishing the mission. I know Ben ended up in the river a little bit further back. I was very lucky then on that fall. I actually took a little bit of damage, but obviously because I've got this heavy utility suit, I only take a very small amount of it. And this is where my avatar decides that he doesn't want to actually sit in the boat because, boats are very passé. So we just back up the river, which is the easiest thing to do, especially with these currents, because the currents can damage your characters if you take too much of a hit. It can be very, very dangerous for you. So we got back, we collect Ben, and we've now, with a minute to spare, because don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the clock does stop as soon as the fourth person is in the boat. And there we go. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my top tip. All you got to do now is pilot the boat all the way down to the waypoint, and you don't even need to make the waypoint. And you just walked away with 1.48 million. Seems like a good day in the office to me. There will be more top tips coming soon. Hopefully. when I get round to it. But please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, share, favourite, and most importantly, subscribe to Oxymoron Gaming on YouTube. We are here to fulfill your every gaming need. Also, if you do want to see anything specific with GTA Online, if you just let us know and we will try our best. One of the team will do it, will try their best anyway, at least to help you out in any way, shape or form that you can. Out of everybody on the team, I'm probably played it the most because I play it way too much. It is worth mentioning there is a special shout out in this video. It is to Kip, Ben, Deck, Scott and Clayton, who are the crew who we all work together and we all complete each other's heists, and without them this video wouldn't be possible. So thank you very much, guys, and we will be robbing more money very, very soon. Thank you. So now I'm just going to let Lester take us out in his delusional little fantasies. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Tok. This has been a Tok tip on Oxymoron Gaming. Tatty byes.
Oh. What are you saying? The drugs. Oh man, the drugs. I am a heavily medicated man. I'm not well at all. I'm a little embarrassed. Okay, the money. Here. And here. And here. And here. Okay, you better take off and take care. Okay. Bye-bye.